Hello, I'm Brittany Hazelton, and this is ArkLaTex Artistry, where we explore arts culture in our area. Today, we are talking with Noel Community Arts Program and its executive director regarding the art classes that they provide to the Shreveport-Bossier community. They not only provide art classes, but they also provide assistance to other nonprofits. Um, a, pro- Providing art instruction to those groups and organizations, after school classes, and elderly. Um, they also discuss with us the origins of their nonprofit, and they talk to us about how they feel art changes the path of people's lives. So enjoy. Well, I'm Brittany Hazelton, and this is ArkLaTex Artistry, where we explore arts culture in our area. My guest today is the executive director of the Noel Community Arts Program in Shreveport, Louisiana. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey everyone, my name is Tracy, and as Brittany said, I am the executive director of Noel Community Arts Program.
So, tell me about Noel Community Arts Program. How did it start and what's its goals?
Okay, well, Noel Community Arts Program was established in 2009 as an outreach ministry of Noel United Methodist Church in the Highland area of Shreveport, Louisiana. And what was going on at that time was the Noel Church was struggling to find a way to keep its doors open to the public. And at that time, they decided to focus on outreach ministries. So, as part of that decision came the Noel Food Pantry and Noel Community Arts Program. Um, and then over the years, just whatever they could do to help the community, that's what they wanted to do. So, that's how it started. And it started with music lessons. And then later on, pottery was added and art lessons as well. And then over the years, about 2 years ago, Noel Community Arts Program um, received its own 501c3 accreditation. So we are our own organization now, but we are still benefiting from the extreme generosity of Noel Methodist Church.
Well, that's wonderful. It's good to
Mhm.
see that kind of
Yes.
outreach going on in our community.
And what we strive to do is we believe that um, people can transform themselves through the arts, through music, through visual arts, the art of creation. It opens up pathways to higher learning. It gives us a voice sometimes where there are no words. The arts help us express ourselves. It creates a sense of community and pride. It's just so necessary. And not everyone has access to the arts. It's being phased out in the school system. And we strive to make it accessible to everybody, regardless of their background, financial resources. We don't turn anyone away. So if someone has a desire to learn a musical instrument or learn some art skills or learn about pottery or any of the other classes we offer, we will not turn them away. So if people cannot afford our classes, we offer scholarships to cover those costs.
Oh, that's wonderful. I was wondering about that. I had seen on your site that you mentioned you worked with people that need financial assistance. So,
Yes. So if that's the case, they can just message me, or as they're registering online, there is a question that will ask the registrant if they need financial assistance, and if so, they can just click that button and fill out that short, easy application, and then I will process it and get back with them. And
mm,
also, in addition to the private lessons, we partner with other nonprofits in the area to offer weekly outreach, art instruction, some music to other nonprofits. For
oh,
example, the Volunteers of America's Lighthouse Program. Uh, we go to their after school programs at Crestwell Elementary, and there's one for the middle schoolers at the Highland Center. And we provide weekly art instruction to those groups. We also provide um, art groups for the Bridge Alzheimer's and Dementia Resource Center. So it's not just for kids. We've recently added a group for persons living with seizure disorders. They're called the Epilepsy Warriors, because that's a group. They approached us. They one of those underreached populations,
Yeah.
where they feel isolated, really have nowhere to go and visit with people like them who have to live the way they do. So that's our goal. We also partner with the Hub Homeless Ministries and purchased, run by um, the Hub, where they help women get out of sex trafficking. So those are just a few of our outreaches, and we're always looking to add more as well.
Oh, that's amazing. I didn't know you guys did so much. Honestly, I kind of had an idea, but not that
Mhm.
much. That's great. It's
Yes.
amazing work. Thank you for
Thank
that.
you. Yes.
You answered quite a few of my questions
Uh,
there. So I did want to ask, like, how about the little free art gallery? I wanted to know more about
the
that.
free little art gallery, the Highland Flag. Well, that was just established in March of this year. And how that came about is shortly after I um, took on this position as executive director, I was an outreach teacher here 5 years prior to
Oh, wow.
stepping into this position. But, part of what we do is community outreach too, and offering opportunities for the community. And I just, I guess I had stumbled upon the free little art gallery somewhere on the internet, and I just thought it was the cutest idea. Of course, I
Yeah.
love any like little free little um
The
galleries, like
libraries.
supply or the supplies, any of that. That's great too. But it just really made me smile so big to see like the miniature little dioramic scenes of people, miniature people, figures looking at miniature pieces of art on a wall as
It's
if it
almost
was a
like a
museum
whole nother
gallery.
world. It's a whole little
Yes.
world inside. Yeah.
And I was like, I remember taking it to some of my coworkers here in the building, and I was like, I want this so badly. And it was just a dream. And
Oh,
then a couple of grants I was writing, I would kind of like include it in there, like I would like to do this. And
oh,
eventually I did write a grant that was funded by the Shreveport Regional Arts Council, but it was
nice.
funded by the city of Shreveport to provide the free little art gallery. And so its purpose is to have a space where anyone can submit pieces of artwork to be displayed. So there is a drop box on the side of it, and it
Oh,
is located in the community garden on Herndon Street, on the 500 block of Herndon Street, Highland. So anyone can submit art to be displayed. And on the bottom portion of the free little art gallery, there is a section to get or donate art supplies for the community.
oh, that's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, it's basically having your own little, art exhibition, your own piece hanging in an exhibition
Yes. And
somewhere.
but it's not limited to anyone can do it. If
Yeah.
somebody drew a stick figure on a miniature like piece of paper or something, it's worthy of being placed in the
Oh.
free little art gallery. And I, you know, someone else brought up the fact that it could help other populations. Like there may be some populations who get overstimulated very easily, and they may not be able to benefit from events like
Mm.
art break because it's just too much to handle. But they can go to the quiet, free little art gallery and look at that art or participate by submitting art to be
Oh.
displayed.
I think that's a wonderful idea, and
Yeah,
I'm glad that we have it.
it makes me happy. So,
Okay, so can you tell me why programs and nonprofits like yours are so important.
Well, I did touch on that a little bit earlier,
You
didn't
did.
I?
You did.
So, you know, art has been phased out of a lot of schools as part of what they offer. I know for myself growing up, I didn't even have art classes
Mm,
in a rural community. So I really did learn art skills
yeah.
or music. Um, so that is one way that one one mission that we have is to provide that opportunity, um, just to have an outlet and learn. And like I mentioned earlier, like learning those skills kind of like um, opens up these little pathways in the head. I just kind of imagine it like that, where it opens up your thinking to higher order thinking and more
Mhm.
creative thinking and problem solving. So that's one aspect of it. Another aspect that is more of my heart is just it's a way of expression, like learning a way to get the stuff inside out, where sometimes there may not be words, or someone may not know how to do it, but they can draw it out, or just getting some color on a piece of
Oh, yeah.
paper. It's expression. It's not always about making things pretty. It's a process. So I believe that it is a very essential process.
Thank you. Yeah, I agree very much. Growing up, I didn't have many art classes either, and I had
Yeah.
to self-teach myself everything I know, and I know how the struggle can be, especially if you have creativity and you just want to let it loose and you can't when you don't know how and you have to learn some other way. But if I had the
Mhm.
resources, you never know.
Right.
I but
Right.
okay. So,
And then, well, uh,
mm,
and then sometimes you come across people who think that they're not creative,
yeah, and then
and
they
it
as soon
takes
as
a
they
little bit of encouragement, and
mhm.
then just blown away by what they create.
Yeah, and you never know who could be a prodigy artist just in the
Right.
waiting, right?
Right.
So how about you? Are you an artist?
Well, I am, um, but I didn't become an artist until probably the last 11 or 12 years, because I just wasn't raised in a situation where I was exposed to art.
Mhm.
Um, so it just wasn't a thing in my life. I mean, I dabbled in it as a kid growing up and enjoyed it, but then as a lot of adults do, then you
Yeah.
grow up and you stuff that away, and that's what I did. And then it was through a lot of trials of my own that a lot of encouragement, like, hey, you need to get a hobby. And because I didn't have a hobby, I didn't have any type of creative outlet. So finally I was like, okay. So I just started making jewelry. Like, I went to a local store and they had a little like how to something, and I
Oh.
picked up some supplies and just assembled them. And that's how it started. I was like, I like this. And then little by little, I started trying more things, and eventually branched out into like what's called metal clay, which is great because I'd always wanted to work with metal, but on a smaller scale. And then
Mm.
painting came also. I remember an opportunity where a friend was doing a paint party, and I was like, she invited me to come. I was like, okay, I will come, but I'm not going to paint. I will make some cupcakes for you, but I'm not going to paint. And I remember just being so adamant because I was so terrified of doing that.
Oh,
But I did. I ended up participating, painting, and I loved it. And then I discovered, like, through all that, that was a way that I could express myself and get some stuff out. So for me, art became very healing. It wasn't about making just something pretty, although I love that. I do have
oh,
my art surrounding me in my home because
yeah.
I
Mhm.
intentionally made bright, happy pieces. So, yes,
Um,
art is a very much a part of my daily life, just to, and part of my life that I enjoy.
and I feel like a program like Noel Community Arts Program could help people that didn't get the opportunity to grow up with it like you didn't. You could have been an artist way earlier in life had you had a program like that, maybe, you know.
Right. Or to see a child who is extremely shy
Mhm.
and they come here like a piano student we have and just see them blossom through that, or when they create something down in the art studio, it's very fulfilling.
Oh,
Or
it's a
another example, I know in the beginning when this program was established, I hear the stories that there was an 80 something year old woman and she just wanted to learn to play the piano
oh,
before she passed away. And she wanted to learn to play one particular song. And so she took piano lessons at 80
oh,
something years old and she did it. And one of the first students I talked to was a 50 something year old gentleman who called me up, and he had recently become legally blind and was
oh,
disabled after having worked as, I don't know, a social worker or something for his career. And he said, I've always wanted to, someone encouraged him to get a hobby. So he said, I've always wanted to learn to play a musical instrument. Someone told me about y'all. I was like,
oh.
I don't know if I want to do piano or drums. Like, well, just knowing our teachers, I was like, I don't really know anything about music except I love to listen to it. But I think you should try the drums. And he's been taking drum lessons with us for the past 2 years. And
Oh,
it's seeing people like that. It just really warms my heart too.
I can imagine. I'd feel the same way.
Mhm.
So, how would someone get connected with you to learn those skills?
Well, they can go to our website, noelarts.org. And through that, they can just click on one of the links and it will take you to the web page, which is part of the Noel Church's web page. And there will be a registration link. And you can click on the registration link and fill out the information. No money is due at that time, but it will give you, if you go ahead and click on such as pricing,
Mm.
um, how often you come, and that kind of thing. And also, we offer workshops. So anytime, like, and it's open, like any artist can contact us if they would like to offer any type of creative workshops. We're always open to doing that.
That's
Also
good.
in our mission statement, um, so we want to help the artists to make the money they deserve as well.
Oh, that's
So
wonderful.
so when an artist or our teachers contact us, I would sit down with them to ask them what they would like to offer, and we would set it up for them and provide a space for them to have their classes. And they really do. It's beneficial for them and for us because we're constantly having the community call and say, "Hey, do you have any special classes going on?" There are people who want to take classes, and
Mhm.
with those classes as well, if someone wanted to come and maybe the price was a little out of their range, we could offer a scholarship to cover that as well.
That's wonderful.
So,
It's good that you're also helping established artists as well. It,
absolutely.
it definitely can be hard sometimes trying to get good paying work, for our skills,
Right. And I
especially.
think a lot of, yes. And people kind of assume a lot of times, unfortunately, that because we're a nonprofit that we won't pay, that we're asking you to come and teach for free. And that is
Yeah,
absolutely not true. We would never do that.
that's wonderful. That's good to know. So,
Mhm.
do you have anything else you'd like to say to our viewers?
Well, I would like to mention our upcoming classes for the summer.
Okay, go
Um,
ahead.
we do have some summer kids camps um, coming up, and you can also find information on our Facebook and Instagram pages. I will say they are filling up quickly. We're having 4 camps that are for ages 5 to 11, and historically that's been the focus of our camps. But we do have some amazing young artists who are aging out of that, and I hear all over the place there's really not a lot for that age group after that. So we are incorporating one group um, the end of July for ages 11 to 16.
Oh, that's good.
And we cap our art camps at 15 students. will have 3 established artists, amazing artists, as their instructors for the week.
Oh, can you tell us who those artists are?
Well, maybe. So there's, you will know Eric Francis.
Oh, yes, definitely.
He's an amazing portrait artist, mural artist, just an incredible all around
He does some great work.
great artist.
Yeah.
Yes. I would love to take lessons under Eric. Um, I You would know Connie Eaton. She's an established, I think, watercolor is her main.
I've never met her
medium.
personally, but I've
Oh
heard.
wow. Um, yeah, so she will be joining us. I don't think you would know Taylor Patterson. She's kind of I'm still encouraging her to be part of like more part of the art scene, but she's a great artist. And there's one called Moselle Patterson, which you would not know. But you would know some of our other outreach artists like Karen LeBeau.
Oh, yeah, of course.
She's been with the program a lot longer than I have.
Yeah, and I know she works for Shrek now too,
Yes.
as well. So she does a lot of outreach with
Yes.
artists.
So we do have those art camps. And then we have another pottery class starting up beginning of June. So registration is open for that. And I just finished taking a pottery class myself for the first time, and it was so much fun. So what that intro to pottery class is 7 weeks of classes. Start off learning all the basic techniques you should know about working with clay. So it's mostly hand building in the beginning. And the instructor we have, his name is Nick Furlong. He moved to the area a couple of years ago, and he's been a Revel artist last year, and he will be
Oh,
this year as well. He likes sculpture, so like our goal, like we had to create a sculpture as our main
oh,
project. And then at the last couple of sessions, he did let us like get on the wheel and show us a little bit about throwing pottery on the wheel. So that's been a great experience. We have another, like I said, 7-week class starting up in June. People can go to our website and our social media pages to find the registration links for that. And we have a watercolor class also coming up on Thursday afternoons in June. So this is the style, is I don't know if you can see it, but
yeah.
very
You lift it up a little bit more.
nature,
There we go.
a lot of nature and soft colors
Ah,
is the style of that artist.
okay,
So that will be coming up as well. And like I
that's great.
said, very much encourage any artist out there if they would like to offer any type of classes, musicians as well. So music or visual arts.
Okay, thank you so much for taking your
Thank you,
time to.
Brittany.
No problem. I appreciate what you guys do, and I feel like, I want to cover organizations that aren't as, publicized. We need to put you
Yes.
guys out there too.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
No problem. Thank you so much. And maybe if you ever want to come on and talk to me about more, just let me know and I will set up another interview with you.
Will do. And thank you for all you do in representing the arts in our area.
Oh, thank you so much.
All
All
right.
right. You
All right.
take
Bye
care.
bye.
Bye bye. Thank you for watching. This was ArkLaTex Artistry. You can find more of our interviews on our website under community or under podcasts now. If you look under community, we're one of the first sections is ArkLaTex Artistry. You can also find us on News 12 Now's app, Apple and Android TV, as well as Roku TV and YouTube. And come meet with us next week on Saturday at noon, every Saturday at noon, where we'll explore more arts. Thank you for watching.